Try decreasing 100 pounds, dip fuck.
Excuse me? Could you clean up your language, please?
I've been trying to get a fucking real job, but no one wants to fucking hire me!
So then that means we gotta light up a fatty.
You ever have a mouth job?
Almost lit my fucking hair on fire by fucking accident.
We're just gonna get right into it today. We are gonna be talking about Novaonline, also known as TikTok's favorite food reviewer and diaper-wearing lol cow. Now, a lot has happened to Nova since the last time we covered him. From when we left off, we discussed his Discord allegations of him being on call with what he thought was a 15-year-old girl, where he would sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to this person.
Oh, twinkle little star, how I wonder where you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
You did so great.
Now that's about where we left off at, and before we get into anything else, first I want to discuss Nova's room. Now it's not just Nova's room that's a problem, it's the entire house. His house is a mess, and I'll show photos of it right here, but just look at the state of his house. That is crazy how fucking dirty his room is in his entire house. It's fucking crazy. And it got so bad that content creators Smokey MCC and Kiwi would make fun of the state of his house on their live stream Too High for Stupid, which shout out to Kiwi and Smokey, I absolutely love those guys. But then after that, Nova would start his own little series where he would clean his house on live streams with a shovel.
This is why I always stream on Wednesday afternoons.
So you can see from those photos and those clips that his room is absolutely fucking disgusting. And did he keep up the cleaning series? Nope, he abandoned it entirely to focus on karaoke and food reviews like he normally does. In other ways of making new content, Novaonline would also start his own podcast called The Hour of Joy. Now this podcast wasn't anything special, it was just him rambling about lol cows, and all he was doing in it was just reading the Kiwi Farms thread about the lol cows. I'll show a brief clip of it here, but I am not going to play the entire thing. It is very boring and it's hard to get through.
What is good, y'all? It is Hey Nova Kadri coming at you with the first ever episode of the Hour of Joy, the podcast where we cover lolcows with as little to no bias as possible. So it says here that Daniel was arrested on April 30th of 2024 and placed into the Jefferson County Detention Facility. And at this time, the charges against him weren't known. But the listed reason at the time was being courtesy housing for another agency. The next day, he was transferred to Clear Creek County Jail. There, his mugshot was taken. And this looks like straight nightmare fuel. I would show it, but unfortunately, there is no video here on Spotify.
Now his podcast was nothing special at all. It consisted of him reading the wiki word for word and not offering any insight or any of his own opinion on the topic he was covering, which was Daniel Larson at the time of the first episode. Obviously no one liked the podcast, it was very boring, he didn't really have much to say about locales in general. So around the time of the podcast, Novaonline and Kiwi and Smokey would start their beef. Now Kiwi and Smokey have a podcast called Too High for Stupid where they discuss locales. It's basically what Nova tried doing, but way worse. But they would actually have Novaonline appear on one of the live streams or podcasts, and it was one of the worst episodes ever. Not because of Kiwi or Smokey themselves, because of Novaonline. He would disappear for hours at a time whenever they asked a difficult question that they wanted Nova to answer. Now, what I personally love about this live stream is that every time Nova would speak, the silence was deafening. Like, it is very obvious that Novaonline is kind of an awkward dude. Like, it is very apparent from this clip I'm about to show you. Now, don't get it twisted. There's nothing wrong with being awkward, but he just cannot read the room whenever Smokey and Kiwi are making fun of him. He just does not pick up on it.
Yeah, you gotta have three
except the
intros to your
chat's
show.
except the chat's was kind of being toxic earlier.
What is it
Chat,
about chat
stop
that
being
bothers
toxic.
you?
For real, don't do that.
What is it about the chat that bothers you, Nova? Because, like, I would like to make it a more hospitable environment. Hello?
Am I quiet now?
Oh my goodness. No, you're fine. I edited your microphones. I was just wondering, like,
I basically borderline deep throated my mic.
yeah. What is, like, what do I need to be on the lookout for here tonight for toxicness?
And note, chat, I did not block most of you. A few I have had to, though.
What did
So
they
as Kiwi
do?
was asking Nova, like, so should we be on the lookout for here in chat so we make sure they're not being toxic?
Nova?
What?
We were asking you if there's anything we should look out for here in chat, if it's like overly toxic. Like what should we look out
anything that doxes my personal information.
for? Absolutely.
Yes, that dude. I actually showed up.
Nova, I think you're spending way too much time
Ariola
focusing on
748. You.
Nova, you're spending a little too much time focusing on the
Yeah.
chat here, bro. I think you should put down the phone. I'm telling you.
Leaping Lamer, especially you.
Nova, don't worry about these haters.
Yeah, I just wanted to call out a few people on stream, and it'll be archived in Cousin David's channel.
For real.
Oh shit, I think he's here.
All I know is Nova is the meme of a generation.
All I know is Nova is the greatest interview of all time, clearly
Yes.
so far.
Yeah, it's going great.
Yeah, this is.
Oh,
There he is.
is the technician there?
Repair guy is officially here. I have to mute and turn off my cam, but I will be back.
Okay.
Nova.
Don't go to my segment without me, please.
We won't. We're
Okay,
saving
we'll wait.
all the good stuff for you. So we'll see you in a bit.
Thank you, Kiwi. I appreciate it. I gotta go see the tech guy now.
All right, we'll see you in a minute.
Peace out, chat.
Just leave.
I look like a turkey. I couldn't set it up.
Based can't even afford a fucking McDonald's meal, bro.
He was
For
asking for
TikTok.
caviar too.
The only fucking caviar you've ever tasted.
Oh my
is
god,
a
oh my
fuck-
god, oh my 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 god.
You okay, buddy?
I am very late, and I am very Neptunic. It was over subtitles.
Subtitles?
Oh, fuck me.
It sounded like she was yelling.
This is.
You're really saying at least one Sonic was actually trying. Nova, you can't keep running off on it. We've been waiting for you for 2 hours.
Can we just get to my segment of the show?
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
we can.
Got on a video call.
Never in my 18 years of teaching have I get to it. Ah, fuck.
Who are you imitating?
I thought we were heading to my TikTok.
Oh no, we gotta get through this part and then we'll get to your TikTok.
Girl and proceeded to be very, very creepy.
Nova,
Nova.
come back.
Nova.
Nova, we're just trying to make things right here and show the people, just trying to make things right. Trying to figure things out.
Nova, you gotta get back in here, dude. I'm not laughing at you.
Just met up with some fans, y'all.
You did film children. You are a liar. You are a liar, Gabriel. What is this?
I asked if they wanted to be in the video, and they
Oh
said
my
yes.
god, you're
Nova.
Don't even shit. Why? Okay. Nova.
You told us there weren't any kids in that, Nova.
Now, their beef didn't stop there. Novaonline would occasionally tune in to Too High for Stupid, and Kiwi and Smokey would make fun of him.
You know, he's still coming around here. Still a big fan of the show. And yeah, I think maybe one day we'll have him back on, but not right now.
Yeah, when him and Tofiachu decide to hash
Oh
things out.
shit! Inception.
You know, he's still coming around here.
Hey,
What's
Nova,
up,
you're
dude?
Nova, you're a pudgy pedophile.
Yeah, I think
Nova, pudgy pedophile.
not right now.
Yeah, when him and Tofiachu decide.
Hi, Kiwi.
Yo!
Wait, shh.
He's still coming around here. Still,
Hey,
what's
Nova,
up,
you're
dude?
Nova, you're a pudgy pedophile.
Yeah, I think
Nova.
Smokey, fuck.
What's up?
Hey, Nova. Hey, Large Gabriel, the Chomovine. Hope you're enjoying the show, bro. And just know you're banned. This is a cease and desist. Please do not watch us anymore, Nova.
Get in line, Data. Get in line, because Nova's mom has got it going on. Yeah, we can hear me, Smokey.
Hold up.
What's up? Hey, Nova. Hey, Large Gabriel, the Chomovine. Hope you're enjoying the show, bro. And just know you're banned. This is a cease and desist. Please do not watch us anymore, Nova.
Nova just flipped off the camera. I think that's him just admitting to being a stalker. Isn't that crazy weird?
And of course, this beef would continue for a while. Novaonline would attempt to get back at Smokey and Kiwi by making multiple videos, which further fueled the flames, giving Smokey and Kiwi more content to make fun of. I will leave a link in the description if you do want to watch the entire Novaonline interview, but I think that's about where I cover it for the Nova, Kiwi, and Smokey section. I want to get into some of his food reviews now. Now, his food reviews didn't really improve since the last time we covered him. He's still reviewing fast food garbage just about every other day. He's trying to go viral just like his old Wingstop video, but he fails to realize that was before everyone found out that he was a pudgy predator. Now, the first food review video we're gonna watch is him reviewing Egg McMuffin, comparing it to another breakfast sandwich, which I personally think he just wanted an excuse to eat 2 breakfast sandwiches.
Alright, Egg McMuffin versus McGriddle. Which is better?
Breakfast? Shut the fuck up, bitch.
I'm used to these hate comments, but anyway, let's start with the McMuffin. Look at that, nice sausage, nice fried egg. Cheers. Really good. Okay, the muffin is nice and soft, but the sausage is being masked probably by the yolk of the egg. I wish the sausage had more spice, so yeah. The McMuffin, it's eh. Next up, we've got the McGriddle. And take a look at that nice bacon. The egg is overlapping the pancake thingies. Cheers. Oh yeah. Okay, it is good, but there are problems with it. So, like, all I can taste in this is egg. There's no other flavor at all. The bun is a bit sweet. And, they hardly give you any bacon for, like, the $6 you pay for the individual sandwich. Taste-wise, I'm probably gonna have to give it to the McMuffin, but when it comes to cost and more general availability and classics, I'm gonna have to give the McMuffin the win. Hey, Novakadri, signing off.
This guy is a fucking terrible food review. How do you review an item and give him an eh? On top of just not being a good food reviewer, he doesn't review anything interesting. I don't want to see him review like the new McDonald's item. I want to see him like eat something crazy. Like imagine Novaonline posting a food review of a ghost pepper. That would go viral. That would go even more viral than the Wingstop, I would think. But enough giving Nova ideas. Let's just get to the next food review.
Subway released their brand new ghost pepper bread. Why the fuck is the bread all wet from the vinaigrette? But they released a new ghost pepper bread, and today we're gonna try it out. Many of you guys know that I recently worked at Subway for about 3 weeks before getting fired for the dumbest ass reason ever, so my aunt is calling corporate to try and resolve the issue. Hopefully they'll reinstate me and I'll get reimbursed. Holy shit, this thing is messy. So I got this on the pizza sub, which is a more secret menu item. And at all Walmart locations, a foot-long pizza sub or meatball marinara is $5.99. Ladies and gents, ghost pepper bread, pray for my asshole, bone apple teeth. Not even that spicy. There's a small kick to it. Not enough to like not melt my face off hot. It's got a small kick to it. But I am very disappointed in this sandwich. And this is my name tag to prove I was a former Subway employee. Damn it. Subway, do better. Make this a little bit spicier. But then again, it could be a store error, not a manufacturer error. But the pizza sub is great. So I will give the ghost pepper bread a 6.5 out of 10. Make it a little spicier, I would even give it a 7. Excuse my crazy hair. It's 6 o'clock in the frickin' morning. But today, we will be trying Death Wish coffee for the very first time. Because I've got work in about 3 hours. And I want to make sure I'm energized because I just pulled an all-nighter. I'm also going to be using my brand new Keurig for that. So, I already filled it up with water. I'm going to be putting the lid on. Let's make some coffee. Got my pod. Putting it in the Keurig. And we're going to push the 8-ounce button. Wait for that to brew. Nothing like the sweet smell of coffee at 6 a.m. Okay, we got the coffee right here. And let me just say, that smells super, super strong. And I like my coffee like that. So, we're going to try it on its own. And then with creamer. Let's start it off. Cheers. Pretty good. I like it. Oh, I haven't had a cup of black coffee in so long. Okay, and now we're going to loosen this. Add a little bit of creamer. Excuse my slowness here. I do not want to drop this. And also my cat is like sleeping right below me. Try it out. Okay. That is still really strong even with the creamer. Like, I like it. Oh yeah, this will get me through the day. I feel so much more energized. Death Wish coffee. Easily 9 out of 10. Some of the best coffee that I have ever had. Novaonline Universe, signing off.
Honestly, that doesn't surprise me that he pulled an all-nighter while he has work in the morning. If you know anything about Nova, he loves getting fired from his jobs. Nova has been fired from many jobs, and he likes to blame the trolls' influence on him losing these jobs. Which, don't get me wrong, if the trolls found out where he worked, I'm sure there would be some calls to the job itself, but we also know Nova has a poor track record of actually working. You see, Nova used to work at Denny's, where a former Denny's employee would make a video saying his experience working alongside Novaonline. And let me just say, it's about as bad as we expected.
Alright, this is the story of how I worked with Novaonline, aka Gabe. Okay, so my first interaction with Gabe was when I went to reapply to Denny's. I basically got my job back in no time. The GEM was too lazy to delete my information anyway. So I see him, and he's got his hair tied back, you know, big belly. First time I ever seen him. I never heard of him online before. And I work a couple shifts, and I realized that he's just a weird kid. And he would play weird brain rot TikTok music in the kitchen over everyone else's music. He would consistently ask everyone, guess what? And then you would say what? And he'd say, these nuts. Pretty annoying. He was a prep cook, and in terms of his performance, it would be what you expect. he chose to hand slice every single tomato instead of using the slicer. He used wrong mixing containers to contain things, and never cleaned up his kitchen and put a lot of labor on the dishwasher. So the one time I wanted to deck this kid in the face was the day the water pipes broke. If you know me, you may know this story. And I've been working almost 10 hours at this point. And I'm trying to fix the mop room. I'm trying to clean it up. And this dude comes in here asking me to mop up a leaking water pipe. And I told him, bro, it's your workstation. It's your responsibility to clean this shit up. Like, it's the cook's responsibility to sweep their line. It's the dishwasher's responsibility to sweep their fucking dish pit. It's a prep cook's responsibility to mop up the water coming from the sink. Even if it's not your fault, you still gotta do it. And he just turns around, walks away, and says, "Thanks for the fucking help." Or, he said it in this voice, "Thanks for the fucking help." I just wanted to run up and punch the back of his head so bad, but I had to keep my job. I was running 2 jobs at that time, I think.
Like I said, it's not surprising that Nova has a bad track record at actually working. I mean, have you seen the state of his house? He clearly can't even clean his room, let alone get up and go to work. Novaonline is the very definition of lazy. The only thing he wants to do is sit around making TikToks and making YouTube live streams. Maybe he should think about putting some of that effort into actually working. But hey, at least he's actually trying to work, unlike Tofiachu. Now that we've watched some of his food reviews, I think it's important to get back to his podcast, The Hour of Joy. Novaonline had a partner of the podcast and a manager of Instagram who was called Sia, and apparently Novaonline was being very flirtatious with the Sia person. Now normally that wouldn't be a bad thing, but in a Leaping Lemur video we would find out her age.
But if you're somebody that I'm making videos about, that's not a good thing. But I guess I struck a nerve with Nova because he showed up to my YouTube live stream, started talking shit about me, and then next thing you know, his little manager Sia showed up. And I decided to take the time to ask them some questions. So, I started asking Sia about why she's talking to Nova, if she knows about all the things that he did, and she basically tells me that she's just in it for the trolling. When I heard that answer, I'm like, there's no adult that's gonna respond with that, right? So I started asking her how old are you? And the response I got was pretty shocking. It was an immediate admission that she was only 15 years old. Now, Nova was nowhere to be seen throughout this whole interaction, and right away I decided to ban her from chat, but I didn't do it before I got screenshots of it all. And yeah, there you guys go. I mean, she told me herself that she's 15. If it's a joke, it's weird, you know what I mean? Why would she be joking around and saying that he's talking to a minor? And if it's not a joke, then he's talking to a minor. Either way, it's extremely concerning. Now, this wasn't the only thing that sort of raised my suspicion. Nova's been talking about Sia a lot. He loves to mention Sia whenever anybody talks about how he can't speak to girls, right? So
now, where was Novaonline during all of this, you may ask? Well, he was nowhere to be seen. He was hiding and not taking accountability for his actions. So while Nova was nowhere to be found, Leaping Lemur would go to his Instagram where there was proof of Sia admitting that Nova was being flirtatious with him.
Nova starts off by writing, "This is to White Bowser. For starters, I'm a fucking man, you balding piece of shit. You look like a skinhead, you neo-Nazi clown. I wasn't even gonna insult you for that because I publicly denounced being non-alt-right. Yeah, folks, I am alt-right. I'm part of the Supreme. But I won't stand for this lisp-having, blubbering buffoon having the gall to say he'd come to my podcast to clown on me and make me rage. Guess what, bitch? Rage is my middle name. So watch your mouth before you utter my name or the name of my social media manager and my podcast. I won't have anyone dissing her name. The White Bowser's just jealous because I have a woman and he doesn't."
And of course, after all this was leaked, Nova would not take accountability and was just simply block Sia. Now I'm gonna remind every single one of you that Novaonline is turning 21 years old this year. He's 21 years old, still talking to 14 and 15-year-old girls. I just love that he continues to deny the allegations of him being a predator, but yet he's still doing shit like this. He's just never going to learn. And of course, I'll leave a link in the description for Leaping Lemur's video on the topic if you want to watch the full thing. I mean, no wonder Nova can't keep a job. Besides not working, his digital footprint must be insane. Every time an employer looks up his name, I'm sure they see evidence of Nova being a predator. Now this brings me to the next topic I'm going to discuss about Novaonline. You see, Nova was so fed up from being fired and not finding a job that he decided that he would start his own small business. Now what is he doing? What is he selling, you might ask? Well, he's making Paracord bracelets. Now I don't know who in their right mind would actually buy this, considering they're buying from a predator. Not only that, but he's also selling them at very high prices, more than you can make them yourself.
Sold! Here are some Paracord bracelets that are recently sold. Now this purple bracelet has been sold to a fan named Maggie, and this is going to Utah. This one more wasn't sold. This is just going to be a gift to my brother in LA, so brother, expect that in the mail soon. This is a dark green one that was also sold, pending selling location. This forest green black combination is being sent to Washington, and honestly, I love this color. It is so fucking cool. And finally, the amber bracelet was sold, and it is going to Baltimore. And I still have a shit ton of other paracord to use up. This is just strands for keychains. $11.50 USD for a one-tone, $13 for a two-tone, and $6 for a keychain. If you want any one of those, hit me up in my email with what colors you would like, and I will make sure to make it and send it to you right away. Hey, Novaonline, signing off. This is a pink with blue and white accents in the brand new double fishtail weave with a limited time cap clip. This is epic. Tori placed a Novacord Paracord order. Let's ship it out. You ordered two bracelets, two-tone bracelets. You ordered a blue and beige, which honestly, I really like this one. And you also ordered a hot pink and beige. This one is definitely the best looking one. I also got some new shipping materials, so I'm going to be showing you which ones I got. Let's go ahead and get one of our teal bubble mailers because, let's be honest, it's more fun than receiving a bland old white package, right? This is going to be the last Novacord order without a business card. I've got some business cards on the way from Vistaprint. This is going to be very exciting. Aim, Jane. And since your order got picked to be filmed, I'm throwing in an extra set of paracord and an extra clip so you can learn how to make your own bracelet. Alright, Tori, your order's on the way. If you want to place a Novacord Paracord order, go ahead and send me an email with what colors you would like.
Yeah, no one's buying this shit, Nova. He thinks that his paracord business is gonna take off, but in reality, the only people who probably buy his paracords are people who just want a little bit of local memorabilia, like they did with Chris Chan selling his Sonic Chew medallions. So if you guys are thinking about getting a paracord yourself, I would recommend not to get it. Do not support this guy. He does not deserve your money. There are tons of better ways to spend your money. Just do not give it to the pudgy predator. Now, on top of making paracord bracelets, Nova has also talked about starting an OnlyFans.
Oh, if I'd say maybe within the next week, I'd be sharing my feed pics. TikTok sub only right now, yes. A lot of people were spamming some very, very ugly comments. My bullying average, I'd say, is about 75 to 100. Not the best. I'm not making an OF anymore.
I think this is the perfect segue to get into our next section, Nova's family, which Nova would record himself on live stream, making paracords where his mother would come in and start yelling, they would start fighting. There's even a clip I'm about to show you where Nova gets confronted by his mom because someone sent him diapers.
What? The fuck are they sending my mom? Fuck my life.
Now, it's not just his mother who he would have fights with, it's mainly his uncle that he has an issue with. It seems like his Uncle Drew gets him mad than anyone ever could.
Normally with these, I cool down real quick and it's over. At this point, I'm just starting to not give a fuck about anything. I am under a fucking trust no one policy. I don't trust anyone. Not even family. I don't give a fuck anymore. It's my fucking uncle. That's all you need to fucking know. There. You happy now? Will it be okay, though? I may not like my uncle, but he's family.
Now, apparently Novaonline's address has been docked, which resulted in people sending in packages and letters. Now, one day, one troll decided to send a letter to Uncle Drew, and Nova recorded a video and posted him opening up this mail without realizing that he was admitting to a felony. When he realized, though, he quickly deleted the video, but not before trolls could save it.
Alright. Funny story here. A letter addressed to my uncle appeared in the mail today. He doesn't even fucking live with me. And what it was in the letter was a very lewd picture and a very nasty message saying that I never fulfilled a Paracord order from someone who never even emailed me. Fuck. That picture is going right in the garbage. This is completely fucking unacceptable. I mean, this is the first time this ever fucking happened, and this is just completely fucking rude and ugly. Now, another thing came into the mail that I was looking forward to. A new Gamefly game arrived in the mail. And you're going to find out what that Gamefly game is within today's kick stream. But seriously, don't fucking send lewd stuff in the mail. Please. Novaonline Universe, signing off.
Who the fuck still uses Gamefly? That's not something I've heard in quite a long time since I was a kid. But anyways, it's very obvious that the letter was from trolls, but regardless, that's still a felony to open someone else's mail. Now, I'm just gonna play some Novaonline clips that I didn't find fit in any of the sections we were talking about. So here's just a compilation of Novaonline clips that I think you guys deserve to see.
I will not be fucking tolerated. And you guys are the exact reason why I have fucking anger outbursts. What am I at? Okay, I'm at 9 inches. That's what she said. Who's my favorite wrestler right now? Tiffy, hands down. If she wasn't taken, I'd swoop her up and take her on a date. Because I was fired for a ludicrous reason. My aunt is saying that's actually illegal for them to fire me like that. They fired me because the trolls found out the exact subway I worked at. And my boss was scared for the reputation of the location, and they fired me because of it. Wasn't even my fucking fault. Look, I didn't want to become a lookout. If you're watching this because you think you might be one, my advice is scroll past this video right now. It's not worth it. Believe whatever lies your mom or dad told you about the internet, and just try to lead a normal life. Being a lookout is dangerous, and even sometimes it's scary. Sometimes people will try to mess with you in the worst ways possible. However, if you're just watching this because you think it's fiction, then great, keep watching this video, and I envy you for being able to believe that this is not real at all. But if you recognize yourself in this video, if you definitely feel something stirring inside, stop watching immediately. You might be one of us. And it's only a matter of time before they sense it too. And the others will come for you. Don't say I didn't warn y'all.
I think that's about where we end it for today's video on Novaonline. Nova's been up to the same shit he's always been up to. He's never gonna change. He's gonna keep making Discord servers with minors and keep reviewing food. But I'll keep you guys updated on any future Nova related content. But I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched my previous video about Tofia. It really means the world to me, and I'm getting back in the habit of making videos. I'm going to try to upload 2 videos a week for you guys because I generally love recording, I love editing, I love everything about making YouTube videos. So expect 2 videos every week, and if I can't for some reason, expect at least 1 video a week. I just want to thank everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next one.